Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and yes, I know our video is a little late today, but I hadn't gotten one started, so I decided, well, you know, if you're going to make something, you better go and get it done. So I am going to work on some earrings, some more that will work for Christmas, but that aren't necessarily Christmas. So I haven't really decided what we're going to do yet. So let's turn down and you can see this pile of goodies that I've got here. Most of them are from Bead Box Bargains, though I do have some really pretty red Crystal Snowflakes from Thunderhorse Descendant. So let's turn down and we'll decide what we're going to do. So I have this whole pile of goodies here. Half of it's gold, half of it's silver. I also have some of these beautiful crystal pendants that we've been using for some of our earrings. I've got the red, and I've got all 4 of the red out here. Now the other one's somewhere in this pile. I've got the two of the emerald green, and I've got 2 of the sapphire blue. Now the sapphire blue I think would go really well with some whites and blues. Also my free gift this time was these triangles, and I was thinking I could probably take the triangles and wire wrap them together. I say wire wrap together because ordinarily I would just try and swing them both together, but what I was thinking I'd do is wire wrapping these into 2 triangles like so. Maybe we'll put some beads in between as we wire wrap them, hang something down from the bottom, and then hook a crystal at top. So I think that would make a really cute earring, but we have to decide what we want to put with it. Put these aside because I'll need 2 more. Now I've got these snowflakes here that I ordered that are just like the ones I got from Randy Brown, except for they are a crystal as opposed clear crystal as opposed to the red crystal. Where did we put those? Here they are. Come here, you. Come out of there. See here, this pretty red crystal, the red snowflake. So we could put, oops, excuse me, put that down here at the bottom. And possibly, if we do that, we could put a couple of our little 6mm red beads between the 2, sort of like this. Oh, actually, I like that. I think we'll do that. And I may just put 4 across there and just swing them back and forth between the 2 to hold those 2 pieces together. I like that a lot. So I think that's what we're going to do for our first earring here. We can push the rest of the stuff aside for right now. We may make a second earring, we may not. Mainly because, well, we're already late getting this video up because it's already 10 o'clock right now my time, and I normally have my videos up at 10. And I don't have one for today, so we will just put these other things aside up here, and we will see if we want to make something else later. I was debating making some earrings with our bells. Aren't those pretty? So I do have 2 of those, so I could make some earrings with those. Or if I wanted to, I could make a really simple necklace, put it on Coriana chain or something, and make a really simple necklace out of it. So let's put all this stuff up here that we're not going to use. For this pair anyway. We may need some more We may make another pair if we have time. So let's, come on you, come out of there, because we need both of you. And we need, this bead's coming off. How cool. Wonder if I can get the other 7 I need to just pull off. Yes, I can. So we'll just pull those off like that and put these beads back into their baggie. So like I say, what we're going to do is we're going to take these 2 gold frames and we're going to wire wrap the beads in between the frames. Maybe we can only get 3 on. That would be fine too. We don't have to have 4. 4 might be a little tight. And then we'll hook with a jump ring, we'll hook our little red snowflake down here. So we'll put these 2 back because I don't think we're going to need them. So, and then we'll need some jump rings to hang on our ear wire as well. So I need to get some jump rings out, and I think we're going to go with just some Tinky Tots. So we'll get about 6 of those out, because if we're going to use ear wires, we need 2. And 1, 2, 3, and we'll need 1, of course, to put our little snowflake on the bottom. And then, like I say, we'll need 1 for putting our ear wires on. So there we go. That's what we're going to use for our first pair of earrings. So I've got some small gold German style wire. I believe this is probably, feels like it's probably 24. So I'm just going to cut a length of this off. And then we're going to take it and wrap it around one of the triangle sides 3 or 4 times. Come here, you. I think that may have wrapped over itself. Let me see. Yeah, it did. But that's all right because I can fix that. So now that we've got those wraps on, we're going to take our wire, push it over here all the way, put one of our red beads on, and then we're going to grab our second triangle, put it here. Now I'm putting it the opposite side. See how it's coming off the back here? I'm going to put it to the front on this one. And the reason I'm doing that is to keep the bead from sinking to the back too much. So we'll bring this on and we're going to wrap it around. Come on, baby, wrap around. Maybe this is 22. It doesn't want to wrap as well as I was hoping it would. The smaller gauges wrap really much easier, obviously. And then we're going to wrap this up here 2 or 3 times. And after we get the first few wraps in, come on, stop pulling sideways on me here. We're going to then bring it over just a little bit more so that the bead, when we put it on, will come into the next spot there. So I think we need to go probably one more time, maybe. Oops, moved it too far over there now. Now, if it's spreading like this and you can't get it to move over with your fingers, you can always take your pliers and sort of pinch them There we go. And now she needs to go over there a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to put one more wrap here so that when we grab that bead, it's not as close as it could be there. So now we're going to put the second bead on right here. And it'll probably need to be wiggled a little bit, but if that's the case, that's fine. We can get it to work. Now this time it's coming from the back again. See? So we want to bring our wire to the front and push it through. And now, of course, we want to push you over so you're not coming too far over here. And then we're going to wrap it 2 or 3 times again. Well, not 2 or 3, more like 3 or 4. Come over here all the way. I think we've been doing 4 here, so now we'll get our last bead, put it on. Now again, since it's ended in the back, we got to go over to the front of our triangle. And now we see it slid sideways some. We need to slide it back because we want that to be right there. So through here. And then we need to tighten it about 1, 2, 3 times. And then it will be about like the other side. So pull her tight. Bring these so they are sort of like, see now how it the little red beads lean a little bit, but it's not an issue because they're still where I want them to be. So we're going to tighten things up a little bit in here. Make sure this is good and tight before we cut it. Now we're going to get our clippers back out and we're going to clip our extra wire off here. And we have plenty of wire still to do the other side. So now I'm going to take my pliers and squish those little pieces of wire that are on the ends down close to our bar here. Now, my little wires are a little spread, like I said, and you can pinch them together some if you prefer. But there we go. There's the 2 pieces put together for our triangle. Now, we just need to take one of our jump rings here and open it up. Hook it over the triangle and over our snowflake. Then we'll close it up. So there is how that's going to look. Now we just need to get some ear wires out to finish this earring up. And if you wanted, you could put like a dangle in the middle here or something like that. It's not a necessity, obviously, but you could. Also up here. Now to put the upper dangle in, all you would do is to put the bottom one in, you just hook it to the top triangle wire somewhere. Put the top one in, you would just put another jump ring in here, hook the jump ring to the jump ring that's holding your ear wire so that it would, but I don't think I'm going to. I think these are sort of cute, just plain like this. So I'm going to straighten this wire, the second wire, the piece of wire we cut off, up a little bit. And we'll grab one of these triangles and do this other side. So we just want to get in here like we did before, and we're going to wrap one, come on baby, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to push this over into the corner so that it's not going to be a problem where it's sitting at. And we're going to grab our first red bead, put her on here, and then get our triangle. Now since this is the first one, I want to go this way. So we can actually put the first wrap on here without even going through the triangle per se, because we can just feed it on just like I just did. So now we need to snug these up so that our little red bead doesn't have a lot of extra space there. And we want to do the 4 wraps that we did on the other side. Now this first one, as you can see, is being uncooperative. And the reasoning, of course, for that is because we haven't got any more beads on besides the one. So it's trying to act sort of like a hinge. We're not going to let it stay that way, but that's all right. So now we're going to put our second crystal on, or our second red bead. Drop it down to the wire. And now, because I'm working, I think, from the opposite direction as I was the last time, we are now have our beads on the top, so we need it to come to the bottom on the second triangle here. So now we'll feed it through and do those 4 wraps. Oops, we're going on top of each other. We don't want to do that. Now I need to push these together because they're pulling apart. Now we have our last bead goes on. We're at the back. Well, I changed positions of what I was doing, so it was on the front on the other side, but now we're on the back again. So now we're going to go through the top here, the front, pull her tight, and do 3 wraps. Now that I've got it tight, we need to adjust our wires here so that we're up and down from each other. If we need to push these wires sideways, we can. And we need to trim our wires off. And like I said, I think I've got it. There we go. So now we'll get our clippers and cut our extra wire off. And tuck that wire down. Now I'm going to push these wires together some so they look a little cleaner. Make sure our component is pretty well straight back and forth, and then we will put on our crystal. or our snowflake, I should say. So we'll and the next step is frankly just to put on our ear wire. So that's why I've got 4 out, because what we need to do is put the top one in first, and then once we get the top one in, we'll have to get our ear wire out so that we can hook onto this one. So like I say, we want to put our little jump rings on, and I'm putting 2 jump rings on because we're going to use ear wires, and we can't go straight to the ear wire. And the reasoning for that is because if we did, our earring would sit sideways, and I prefer my earring to face forward. So we need 2 to even out where it sits at. So now that we've got the first of our jump rings on, I'm going to open this second one up, and we'll go through the first jump ring and then through our ear wire, making sure we're facing the same direction with our ear wire as with our snowflake. So there is our first earring done. Pretty simple, but I think it's cute. So now we'll do the same with the second. And gravity, because of the way the triangles are made, will keep our earring up here, our earring hanging down properly when it's being worn. Now I did check these ear wires. They do open and close just fine. Now like I say, if you feel this is too plain and need a little bit more, you could put a dangle here in the middle of both triangles if you wished to, simply by getting an ear wire. Now I know there was 2 more free in here. There they are. Not an ear wire, but a head pin, and just put it like so. I'll show you what I mean here. These ear wires are a little bent, but that's all right. I can straighten them up in no time flat. So then we would go through this guy, and then we would just make a regular loop here like we normally would, and then we could put another jump ring right there to hold him in place. Actually, I sort of like that. I might do that. You could do the same down here, but if you do, you've got to make sure that you get some of your wires over so that they will would hold this in one place so it's not rolling around on your bar. Because if you don't, like I say, it will roll around, go between the 2 here. In fact, this would sit right here probably, because it was going to try and sit between these 2 beads. So it's much easier to do a top one than the bottom one. So to do the top one, we'll just make a loop and bring her around like I normally would. And then we'll wrap her up Now, most people that know me know I usually use my pliers to do these, and I didn't, so we'll finish it with the plier and then trim it off. That's tipped a little backwards, so I'm going to straighten it some. And then we're going to get another little tiny jump ring. And you might need, to do this, you might need to switch this first jump ring in here to a medium, because you know you're going to be putting another wire in it. And if you do, that's fine. It just lifts the earring up a little bit. So then it would sit right in here, like so. And I think I like that, so we're going to do that. So let's get the other one wrapped up, and then I will show you how to switch those jump rings out so that we are I think I just wrapped on top of itself. So we'll pull this off here. Grab it with the pliers. And yeah, I did. So we want to sort of unwrap this a little bit till we're off of our other wire. Now it wants to pull down here, and I don't want it there, so what I'm doing is I'm pulling my wrap around, and then we'll trim it off. But when we tuck it in, we're going to more or less force the wires to push up by squishing this over the top of the other one. Oop. Well, I'm not supposed to do that. So now I'm going to get I sort of made a mess of this one, so I'm going to cut it loose and get a new one out. Okay, now now that we've got the second one made again, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hook I'm not sure I have enough room to do another jump ring, a small one. We'll see. If we do, we'll just hook it with a tinky top right to the others. And if not, we'll get a medium and switch out that one. So what we need to do is we need to take another jump ring, put our bead onto it, and then we need to hook it onto here if it will fit, and it looks like it will. Close that up. And now when we pick it up, the little drop falls down inside. So it looks like so. So we'll open this one up and do the same thing. Put our drop on it. Go over here, grab through here, and close this baby up. And grab our ear wire, and there we go. Our little guy's in the middle. This one looks like it's a little crooked, so I'm going to straighten it up some. There we go. And there's our earrings. Aren't those pretty? Now, as I said, the triangle piece and all of the beads are from Bead Box Bargains. And I got the little red crystal snowflakes from Thunderhorse Descendant. Now, I do have some of these in a clear that I got from Bead Box Bargains. So you could put a clear on here instead if you wanted to. So like so. So anyway, there's our pretty little earrings. And I hope you enjoyed making those with me. Aren't they pretty? So I think one pair is good for right now. So there we go. There are our earrings. Didn't they turn out cute? Oops, sorry. Took them off screen for me. There we go. There they are. Maybe that long. So there we go. There's our pair of earrings using beads in the triangles from Bead Box Bargains, and then the little snowflake crystal is from Thunderhorse Descendant. Aren't those pretty? I hope you enjoyed making those with me. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.